everybody, welcome back to the stream. We're back with another episode of our Monster of the Week game night classes. We're on episode 7 tonight, and we're gonna go around and have everybody say who they are and who they're playing tonight, starting as always with Simon.
Hello everybody, it is I, the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I shall be playing as Wyatt McCreary, the expert. We both go by he, him.
And I'm next. Hi, I'm Rachel. Rachel Elizabeth. Rachel is a mess on Twitter and Instagram. And tonight I'm playing Opal Stone, the Chosen.
That's me. Hi, I'm Van. You can find me on the internets at Savvy Seaworth, wherever you can find people on the internets. And tonight I am playing Chloe Daniels, aka Curiosity, who is the Hex.
Hello, I'm Alex, OMG, it's some guy on the internets, and tonight I am playing Leon Lancaster, who is the Initiate.
Hello, I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Ground looking around the internet, and tonight I am going to be playing Folin, who is the Gumshoe.
And I'm LB Hackemup. I'm going to be your keeper for this evening, your dungeon mistress, your warden of whispers, your tabletop, and we are going to get into things. But first, I'll do a small recap since we missed a week or two due to travel and fun stuff. So the last time we visited our friends, we found out that we knew that there were 5 Alpi left on this plane of existence, fey creatures or creatures from another plane of existence. There was one that was near the homes of some of the citizens around campus. Which they trapped quite cleverly in a leprechaun/rabbit trap. And were able to convince that they just wanted to send him home. There were 2 that had released horses onto campus from a nearby farm that Wyatt was able to convince to go back to their world after they had closed the portal. And then there was one at the campus cafe who was trying to lock, I believe, Opal in a freezer. But Leon tackled them like the football player that he is. They were able to send all of them back to their plane of existence that they were from. And then there is one left that we aren't sure where it is yet. There are some things that are going on behind the scenes. Wyatt found out early on that he is what is called a temple, and he houses a deathless, which is an immortal being that lives symbiotically inside of humans, mortal beings. He's met a couple at this point. We have Becky and Jane, who is looks like a werewolf, and then there is another one that we know of who is actually the head of the Initiate faction that Leon is a part of, and his deathless allows him to know known things, where Jane's allows them to know secret things, and Becky just knows about herbology, basically. But she's just happy to be here and wants to help out as much as she can. After sending back all of our during one of the spells to send back these little beings, Chloe's spell went slightly awry, and Opal's spirit or consciousness was transported partially to this incredible city, the Great City, the plane of existence where Alpi and the Deathless come from. That is a mini-tiered world, basically. Coruscant, all of those Ravnica places that are, it is just a city sort of places. And she and Chloe had a nice conversation about Chloe's worry that her magic was going to go awry and she hurts other people, and Opal and Folin were able to convince her that no matter what, they're still their friends and they love her and all of that fun stuff. Indoor, don't mess up my overlay. I see you.
I didn't do anything. This happened on its own. I'm trying to fix it.
I know you're trying to be dramatic here. But yeah, as we sort of make it worse, as as we left our companions, Wyatt had a bit of an awakening of sorts as golden eyes and golden wings emerged from their consciousness as Leon looked on, seeing Wyatt have this intense conniption on the ground, not seeing these motions or these the things that Wyatt was seeing within their own body. And I guess that is a good place for us to pick up as Leon starts to pick up Wyatt from the ground or tries to understand what's going on. Take it away.
Okay.
What? You okay? You
Maybe I should cut back on the coffee.
and like gonna start doing, my sports medicine, checking him over thing. Like, do I
Ooh.
notice anything physically wrong?
No, nothing like physically. He seems a little out of it, like he can't quite focus on, you specifically. He's still like coming out of whatever this is. But he doesn't seem to have any again, no concussion. He's not overly sweating, or he doesn't have any lesions or anything on him.
It's just like we were walking, and then all of a sudden it felt like you know how sometimes your heart will do the shudder thing when you've had too much caffeine or you've been running on too many fumes for too long. It was like that, but in all of my body.
Okay. Here, reaches, grabs his water bottle, offers it to Wyatt.
Do you have a protein bar? I don't think I've eaten today.
Yep, and reaches into another pocket, pulls out. Sorry, it's a little crushed, but tries to straighten it back out.
Yeah, you see that Wyatt because I'm assuming it's probably one of the heavily syrup or coated ones. It's not going to be the green natural shatter everywhere into a million bits.
No, probably not
bars.
one of those.
So Wyatt will crush it into a ball and then just start eating it.
Do you want me to carry you back to campus? And if so, princess or fireman?
I can walk myself.
The two genders. Princess and fireman. Sorry.
Okay. But
I can walk myself, but maybe we just take it a bit slow.
Okay. Yeah. No, absolutely. And then we'll be walking behind you, keeping one hand, basically hover handing your lower back just in case.
Stop that.
But then with the other hand is texting everyone else of Wyatt just collapsed on the ground, but he seems fine now. We're heading back to campus.
Yeah. Just kind of going with it. And Wyatt, does Wyatt know that his eyes were pouring gold and he had golden wings? Does he get that sense?
You didn't feel necessarily it was coming your eyes. You could see the eyes and you could feel the wings, but it doesn't feel you can't feel anything weird about your own. Correct. Yeah. It there is only a lingering sense of well, what the fuck just happened, sort of.
Yeah, I think he'll text Becky, but it'll and just be for a moment I felt like I had wings.
As you walk back, you get a text back and she says, because of magic, or what's going on?
Body felt funny. Gold wings. I can't walk and type.
You also get a text from Chloe that just says, respond to this if you're alive, please.
There's a thumbs up and a little burger.
You get a response that says, did you hear anything? You did. You did hear a voice, yeah, that spoke to you.
You heard good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah,
thank you, note taker.
Thank you. Yeah, he'll put in quotes, so that way she knows that it's not him saying good morning. But he'll put in quotes, and then after just like a little shrug.
She says, "Oh!" exclamation mark. There's like dots. Awakening question mark.
Just even though it's like it's 2004, so you wouldn't have the like somebody is typing
Yeah.
the little like ellipses doing its
Oh,
rise
right,
and
yeah.
fall.
The dance.
Yeah, the dance. Yeah, Wyatt's he's not sure. And he'll just respond like maybe Jane knows.
Jane will know.
She's
All
too
right.
cool not to. She's too cool. She has art.
Yeah,
You
she
can't
does.
just you can't just give an NPC art if they don't know things.
Right? Oh my god.
Unless the information's known, then she wouldn't know it. Then Code would know.
God.
But then if she didn't
There's
know
all the way to the
levels.
top.
There's
known,
levels.
Then she would
There are
know it.
There are many unknowns. We know there are unknowns that we don't know.
It's gonna be a Shaolin showdown. We have to expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe you just referenced Shaolin Showdown. Now I have to think about Shaolin Showdown.
Jack Splicer. Anyways, back to the game.
Yes. So, you guys are making your way back. You know that you have a meeting with Jane tonight at 8 o'clock at a dive bar. And what are the three others? You've gotten this text message. What are you guys doing? You're walking back out of the woods, away from the butt tree.
Do you need to go talk to your cousin?
Well, he's alive. I mean, I suppose at some point.
All right.
I just need to pick something up before we go to this meeting thing.
How much time do we have?
2 hours.
Yeah. Why?
Nothing. I have a few things I need to do, but I can do them after.
Okay.
Frick
I
day.
have some hacker things to follow up on.
Right.
Can we watch over your shoulder while you do them?
As long as you're at least 3 feet behind me, it's very hard. If
18 inches at most.
Wow, I'm offended, honestly.
Just one of each of us over your shoulders.
Fine.
Most men would dream of that.
I'm not most men.
No, don't I know it?
I am no man.
I am no man.
Yeah.
And I
Please
stab
don't mind
both of them.
stabbing me. You know I hate it when you do that.
Which of those movies have come out by now? All of them?
The last one came out this year.
I know it. I thought Fellowship was 2003.
I
No,
think
Return of the King. Or hold on. Let's see.
This is my favorite
Return of
part.
the
when
King
we're
is
like, what
2000.
game?
This is
What's
Right.
my,
what's
yeah,
out
this is
yet?
the best
Yeah.
part of the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Return of the King came out last year.
yes.
10 out of 10 for us trying to figure out what's
It's my
coming out
favorite
now,
part
what
of
we can
setting
reference.
things.
Honestly, it's so fun.
It's my favorite part.
It
That
kills me
would-
every time.
That would actually really be in the collective consciousness.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They won all of. Well, they're going to win all of the Oscars this year,
Yes.
which is
And
soon.
we all know that.
I mean, it's a given. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I
Sure, you
don't
looked
think
into the
anyone was
future to
shocked.
see.
Yeah. All right, so you guys are going back to Fulin's hacker cave. Leon,
Yes,
Wyatt.
that's my apartment, my room, my dad's apartment.
Well, we have Opal's car, so we could probably feasibly go pick up whatever it is that Chloe needs, and
Mhm.
then have time for Folan to do what Folan needs to do, and then
Sure.
still have time to swing by and pick up Leon and Wyatt
Mhm.
in time to get there, so that we can all go together if we wanted to.
Okay.
Sounds
Leon
like-
and
I'm in.
Wyatt. are you guys going to be doing anything in the time before the meeting?
I mean, Leon is going to go a bit mother hen and just be very protective of Wyatt, and it's like, okay, we're going to meet with this very magical lady, and we want
Here's a
to,
Gatorade.
yeah, I don't know. I think, I'm looking at the use magic effects and trying to figure out if there's something here that would be like figuring out what happened to
Yeah, well,
Wyatt.
I mean, Wyatt would recommend, if anything, going to his oubliette, his corner room, his corner office, because he has his lore library / mystical library built into there, and maybe can try and like figure out like, okay, he's been informed about this kind of stuff. He felt things like basically like how you can tell like when an earthquake is coming, what is it, the Richter scale, like when it has like those pre-quakes, why it's thinking like, is this like, are these the tremors that are going to lead to the quake, or is this sort of like is this like the natural progression from what he's able to tell?
Because
he doesn't want to like, he doesn't want to put himself in a situation where it's like, hey guys, guess what, I'm a time bomb. Like, he would rather like more knowledge going into it.
Yeah, I think that'll do good. If Leon, you want to do something, I mean, there's always, do one thing that's beyond human limitations. If you determine that you, like, once you guys get your information and why it tells you what's going on, communicate with something that you do not share a language with, could be like, that could be flavored to like trying to get into the temple, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think first Leon, when we get back, is going to do the one thing that is beyond human limitations, and the intent here is to basically become a human dowsing rod and find like the most applicable book, because Leon's not great at researching on his own, but
yeah, I dig that.
It's going to take me too long to Google this specifically, but he does in The Princess Bride, when Inigo Montoya is in the forest and is looking for.
Oh yeah, and just leaves on the
sword
thing.
guy.
That is an actual move, and it's called Oops, and it's from the mundane. But go ahead.
But yeah, no, just like that is how Leon activates this spell is.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get it 100% right, but it's close enough.
Yeah.
So
as a question for those of you who Indoor, you leveled up last time, right? Everyone who leveled up has done their stuff?
Yes.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Totes. If you want, Indoor, I will say this as a thing. If you want to take from the Angel playbook, I believe it's the Angel playbook, there is the Divine. There is a spell called, or there's a move called Angel Wings, which allows you to teleport, basically. Cool. If you want to look at the Monstrous playbook, too, you don't have to do it right now. But, like, those are some things.
These down, though.
Yeah. The Monstrous playbook has some interesting things as well. You can always go...
I took one from the Monstrous, the preternatural speed.
Yep.
I'll look through the
We can do it after this scene too. I just want to make sure that everyone has thought about that or done that if they need to. So Leon, go ahead and roll your magic. Your use of magic.
Yes, and I get a +1 because I still have my Mystic Hold, because every time you successfully use magic, you get +1 forward.
Okay.
Yes, and +1 forward. Ooh.
Oh.
Well, I rolled Snake Eyes.
Oh boy.
What'd
you roll?
That's a 5 total. So we're not gonna be able to salvage this. So I will mark my experience.
Go for it. On a miss, you lose control of your magic. This never ends well. Where exactly are you casting this?
Probably because there are like some books over, like how I forget how many books are in the oubliette. Are they just like all over the place, or is there like one wall that's bookshelves?
Now, to be fair, as per the rules of the oubliette,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
you cannot do magic in here.
Oh, fair.
So then maybe Leon would have gone out into the library to
Mhm.
try and find some.
Even better.
Okay. So you begin to cast this. What are you saying as your movie / music / TV reference for this?
Again, the Princess Bride, as
Mhm.
Inigo is like trying to get his sword to guide him. Yeah, and so it's just like books. We have great need. I am not a bookish man, but I think some of you are very pretty sometimes. Not like that. No, I mean I like books, but not like books. And just like I think he like gets so stuck on that it starts like spinning out of control from there.
So what happens as you attempt to cast this spell? You kind of you don't feel it, but Abby sort of walks in the room as you are like trying to cast this spell. She's like, what are you doing? And then as you kind of spiral out of the way, the closest 3 bookshelves to you basically like explode, and all of the books fly out. There's pages floating down. Like Abby kind of like, you know, gets she shudders and like kind of tries to protect herself and like looks at the library and all of the wreckage in front of you, and as like these pages kind of like start to fall down, there was no physical explosion, so there's no fire or anything, you have to worry about that, but it is a huge mess. Yep. And Wyatt, you hear this from inside the oubliette and kind of peek out, and you see Abby standing there, and she kind of looks at Leon and she says, and she kind of adjusts her glasses, I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee. When I come back, this will be fixed.
Yeah, yes, it will.
Wyatt?
I'll make sure that it's done, ma'am.
She kind of like holds herself and like walks very calmly but in a rage out of this building.
I mean, I'm not in libraries that often, and they're not supposed to do this, right?
I'm gonna give you, I mean, I would say I'd give you a guess, but you hit the nail on the head that time, Leon. No. Shelves in libraries are not supposed to do this.
Okay. I can fix this.
You move quick, right? Big Straw?
Yeah.
All right, then help me lift this.
Okay. And yeah, like, so for your natural speed, when you chase, flee, or run, take +1 ongoing. So Leon is going to be running around here. And then, I mean, Leon's instinct is to try and use magic to fix this, even though it just went poorly.
You are more than welcome to try.
Yep.
Honestly, it couldn't get any worse.
We'll see.
Fully disagree.
But
Abby comes back and it's just on fire, and she's like, "Nope, no."
It's the community pizza meme.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But if Wyatt has something he would like to do first before Leon attempts more magic.
Yeah, how about you don't do that here. I'll be fine, Leon.
I mean, I did this. I should fix it.
You should, but I believe that in a library like this, more mundane options are going to be your best bet. You know, there's a kiosk over there that you can register keywords in. You can use that to look up books instead of what happened here.
Right. Now I know that for next time.
Exactly. So if you want to still keep assisting in this, I appreciate it. And I applaud you for your gusto and your motivation. But just be careful. Like, if you get kicked out of the library, that's one thing. But this is my job, man.
Right. Yeah.
I
No,
think pancakes is going to pay for itself.
pancakes pay for themselves.
Well, I
No,
mean, if you're a restaurant owner, maybe, but
okay, no, I can fix this. And Leon will start going around and just like picking up pages and books and like trying to put them back on the shelves, but like starts going faster and faster until like he is moving preternaturally fast doing this. And I think just as he is going, he is like under his breath going, clean up, everybody everywhere. And just singing that song to himself and doing more magic to try and fix this.
All right. Go ahead and roll it.
I mean, I can't roll worse. I can just roll as bad as before. That's a 10.
All right.
Hey.
So
And-
on a 10, that is a full success.
And so, yeah, I think the library is back to where it was before the first spell, but Leon has not found any useful books. So it's just
Yes.
he fixed his whoopsie and then is going to go over to the keyword kiosk.
Okay. It's still going to take you an hour to clean up because it was that bad. Also, I would say that you have to remove all of the books that are torn. Because you can't just put those back on the shelf. So there is a pile of books that are unreadable, I guess.
I'll remove those from the inventory.
Wyatt, what are you doing in this time? Are you helping him, or are you...
You know, I told Abby that I would assist him, and that's what I plan to do.
Good.
I don't believe that many people know the Dewey Decimal System.
Probably.
Least of all Leon.
Right.
And so he's gonna need a little bit of direction. So I'm going to assist because that is also what I told my boss that I would be doing. So I will assist Leon putting books back up.
All right. So Abby comes back after about an hour. You guys are kind of like reorganizing the books, and Wyatt, you're taking note of the ones that need to be moved out of the system. And she kind of adjusts her glasses and her sweater vest and just says, I would appreciate if no one tries to do any magic in my sanctum, please.
Wyatt like kind of squints his eyes like, oh, we weren't doing magic, no.
Oh, sweetie.
Meanwhile, Leon's just like, hey, what? She can do magic too.
I can't do magic like that, but I would appreciate if you kept that out of here and kept it in your room, please, Wyatt.
I take full responsibility for Leon's actions. My apologies.
Thank you. We'll discuss this later.
Yes, ma'am.
She like pushes up her glasses and takes her cup of coffee and goes back into her room.
Why is she so scary?
I don't know. I mean, it's the small but fierce type, or I mean, how tall is Abby?
Yeah, it's Abby. It's Abby from our other game. She's small. Oh, were you in that game? Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah,
that
she's
one's
like
not.
she's like 5'4" tops and like big round glasses, braided blonde hair, like very like long skirts, sweater vest, sort of very studious.
She's me from 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Wyatt, you've never had a conversation like this with her before, and didn't know she knew about magic, so.
No, ma'am, I did not.
Or your room.
No, well, I did poke my head out of the room, and she was like, "I see you in there."
Yeah.
So like, cogs and wheels.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Gears were turning.
Good. What are you guys gonna do now? You've got like 45 minutes before you gotta go.
Yeah, I think Wyatt will. He's probably gonna go back to his house to get ready. I mean, like he's like probably needs a shower. Yeah, he's gonna try and part ways.
Okay, I'll see you there. Yeah, and I guess Leon will take some time. Like I think he goes to the football field, or yeah, it would still be the football field that has like the track around it. And I think just goes for a run to clear his head, but starts going faster than a person should, and doesn't realize it until it's like, oh wait, probably gets a text or something from someone else of like, oh, it's time to go.
Yeah. So Fallen, Opal, and Chloe. Fallen, you're doing some research?
Yeah, well, I was gonna start looking into the virus, the worm that was on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I had set up a little bit of like stuff previously for that, but it's been bugging them, so I think Fallen wants to look into it.
Okay. So you know that this virus is magic based, basically. Like it's not any code or it doesn't make sense in terms of like this. Nobody could have gotten around this physically, so it must be a magic thing. So you would like to what are you trying exactly to look at for it?
Well, it depends. Like, could I figure out where it came from without magic, or do I need some magical help for that?
Well, do you have a move that might help you with that you could sell me on?
Let's see. We're still in the same mystery, so I can't use my Occult Confidential. I can't. Naked City. That'd be more going to somebody else.
Which you could do. You could see if one of your hacker friends knows technomancy.
Yeah.
Can't guarantee it, but...
Because I figured if I'm going to go the magical route, I'd probably just get help from Chloe and Opal since they're here.
Yeah, I think... This is what you do.
My hacker with the dragon tattoo, I don't think would be appropriate for this situation.
Yeah. Well...
I mean,
that's more like I can hack into something, but I need to know what I need to hack into first.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can tell us what we're looking for, we can probably get you part of the way there.
But I think Fallen, this is what you do. This is your like, and I think that Fallen is smart enough to like, not like brute force your way in, but you can like figure out, okay, this code doesn't work. Well, why doesn't it work? So I think using your hacker with the dragon tattoo, you could learn something important about it.
Okay.
Definitely, and like kind of use that to try and figure out where it came from specifically.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. What if? Okay, here's my idea.
Okay.
I take the because essentially, like, I quarantined it onto my laptop.
Yep.
What I'm gonna do is swap the hard drive on my laptop with like a burner one that I have, and essentially boot it up and let the virus run on that computer, and then try to hack into like because there must be some sort of like data like stream that is going back to another device. So essentially trying to follow that surreptitiously so that I don't set off any alarms. I can figure out who's doing this without. And that kind of plays into more of what the Hacker with the Dragon Tattoo results are.
Yes.
So,
I like that.
So that's what Folan is doing right now. So it is first hardware, taking apart some things, pulling out the hard drive, plugging into something else, doing a lot of stuff around the apartment, probably going into a closet and pulling out some old laptops. A couple of them are like cracked in half. A couple of them are like burned. Finally finds a working one, tries to boot it up, has to plug it in, finally boots it up, and gets everything working. And then you want me to go and roll the
go for it.
The move. Okay.
Did you put this one in the microwave? Just like...
No, but the thing that
it would not be the strangest thing.
Some spirits emit microwaves. Who knew?
It's melted.
I got too close. We'll roll. Do I get a bonus? I don't think I get any bonuses on this. Son of a bitch.
Oh.
Second 5 of the evening. At least it wasn't just me.
I'm gonna use luck.
Okay.
Fuck.
All right. What does your luck do?
It just gives me a 12.
Oh, there's no drawbacks at all.
Yeah. Actually, mine's not too bad. Your next regular case will actually be a mystery for your hunter group, and the monsters will focus their attention on you.
Cool. Guess who the monster's gonna be?
Have a season 2.
I guess. Oh, now I have to write that down and remember it because.
To be fair, I don't think I've gotten punished for the first luck point I've used yet.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna start a tab for season 2. Okay.
Okay. So that's a 12. So I get to choose 2. So I'm gonna go with learn something important. And I'm not gonna go with leave no traces. So potentially someone might realize, but I'm gonna go with gain access to somewhere you want to get into.
Yep. Okay. You get 2 of those, right?
Yeah, so learn something important, gain access somewhere you want to get something you want to get to.
So you find yourself, like, I'm just imagining cinematically, like, the traveling along the,
Code
interwebs.
Right.
Yeah, basically. And you kind of, like, are, code and with your intelligence in computers and your ability to understand how systems work, you're able to sort of track it back, not only with the things that are there, but the things that are missing. And you're able to maneuver your way into the system that sort of basically casts this magic, or like put forth this. You've kind of like broken it down to, like, this is a virus. Where did this virus come from? So where the original virus came from, you kind of maneuver your way through and you get into the system and you get the IP address. And the IP address is one of those that, like, doesn't quite make sense, but with your sleuthing, you understand, like, okay, it's at the school. Where at the school is it? Like, going through each, like, basically number of it, you're able, and I don't know how this is how IPs work, but going through the numbers of it, you're like, okay, well, this IP address doesn't exist, but it's part of the school. It's part of this system. It's part of, like, the subcategories in this system. This physical location is where it should be, and it is underneath the stadium. So the stadium has Wi-Fi itself, but this is part of the that sort. And you went with Leon to his faction, right? You were
no, that was just Opal.
Opal did. Okay.
But Folan knows.
Yes.
I think y'all filled us in on that. I think Opal filled us in on that. So
yeah. So so you are very aware that this is probably coming from Leon's faction.
But that they have some sort of facility underneath the stadium.
Yes. And kind of as Opal, you can recognize if Fallen says something out loud that that's where this place was. And Fallen, as you kind of like maneuver your way into the system more, is your other one learning something important?
Yes, learning something important.
You kind of get a snippet of like a snapshot of part of their code that they have run before, like kind of like key logging of what they've done before. And as you're sifting through it over these 2 hours, you kind of start to realize that they are basically wiping information not only from the internet but like from consciousness a little bit. So like if somebody goes to search for this thing and they find it, they go back to it, there is no trace of it ever being there. Therefore, okay, well, did I find it? Like, where did maybe I just missed it, or like that sort of thing.
They're gaslighting.
They are. And it is a lot of stuff that you have been trying to out.
Yeah.
So
so
it's like supernatural things and
of like what erased stuff in my computer or what's
correct.
Been like. Okay.
Yeah. And it seems to be a specific person, and the person's computer that you their I guess their hacker name is Malik.
Malik.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell Malik?
It is
Like Merrick from Navy.
Malloc, and it's Malik the Great.
Okay. Now I needed to know how that was being spelled, and if we're dealing with like. As soon as I read that, I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah, no. I remember Malik from my days as a computer science major.
Mm-hmm. Just to the viewers out there, this is my brother's gamer handle.
Yeah. All
memory
right.
allocation.
All right. Fallen will Fallen will tell the others what's going. We'll tell Chloe and Opal what he found, and just say that fucking football team. They're the ones that erased that fried my entire system. They're the ones that've been erasing everything. And
does that surprise you?
No. And it makes sense because I did sort of try to hack into their systems and all right, so but this is bigger than just like them just like screwing me over because I took their stuff. They're like doing this on like a bigger level than I
their whole
thought.
thing is trying to keep the general public from finding out about magic and supernatural occurrences. It isn't really that surprising.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is break into their system, shut down this program that they're operating, and then broadcast everything that they've stolen to on the internet.
Okay, what are you going to do tonight?
Dial it back a notch or two.
You don't think I could do that tonight?
We have other things to do.
All right. I'm going to think about it for now.
We'll put that as an option in our back pocket and deal with the more immediate problems. I.e. last LP and the whole, meeting and like, shoot, we need to go.
Yeah. Let's go talk to another person trying to keep secrets from people. Boy, I'm enjoying all of this.
Yeah, this goes against like everything you believe in, huh?
It really does, and it's very aggravating on so many levels.
You should try yoga.
You would hate yoga.
I tried that once. I just fell asleep.
No one needs that much time alone with their own brain.
All right, let's go before we're late.
All right, and you all make your way over to this bar. Let me scroll up. Which is called. You walk past the Daily Scoops, a ice cream shop owned by Cookies and Cream, two drag queens that run a very colorful and flavorful shop, which we haven't used yet, and I just was very happy about that one, so I just wanted to say. But you make your way to where's this place that did I tell you guys the name of it?
I don't
think so. Let me.
I think it was
check back a couple.
The brewery, right? Was it the Last Bite? I scrolled up too far, or was it Rock Art Brewery?
Yeah, the Last Bite is the diner that we keep calling Cassadip Pancake.
I will make a note of that.
It has been renamed, as it will be known.
As it shall be known. All right, yeah, you guys make your way to Rock Art Brewery. And kind of, do you all want to meet up? Is anybody going early? What's the deal?
I think with all the things that we ended up having to do, if we're all going together, we're all showing up like exactly on time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to ask a question, Leon. Do you update your faction before you go?
Yeah, I mean, probably gives the heads up. They're like, okay, we got all but one of the Albies. We're still looking for that one. I think trying to think if I should make a roll on this of like, has Leon picked up on everyone else being super uncomfy with the football team?
A density check.
Can you get a vibe check, please? You can maybe. The only thing I could think of is reading a bad situation. And are there any dangers that I haven't noticed?
The danger of your friends fully.
Or investigating a mystery, something like that. I could be sold.
I mean, those are both gonna be plus sharp, which is not a great stat for me, but I've got a plus sense. 1 from a successful magic.
Roll plus himbo, please. Thank you, Levi.
This turns this into a flat roll.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 7, a mixed success.
Okay.
So I think Leon is gonna like lie of omission to the team and just be like, "Oh yeah, no, we're continuing our own investigations in the last Alpy tonight."
Yeah. That you get a like acknowledgement that they've received your report, sort of thing, and you guys all head over to the bar. All right. You guys walk inside. If you guys, I'm just gonna. You guys all get there together and walk inside together. You see Becky sitting at a table. This is a I would call it a dive bar, but it's really just too like artistic for that. It's not like white wall sort of place. It looks like a dive bar, but each wall is sort of done up in a certain way where it is there's a theme to it. So an artist has been given a wall, and they can design it in whichever way they want. They don't necessarily go together wall to wall, but it is like there is
a chic dive.
Yeah, so there's like a mural on one side. One wall is completely covered with different sized canvases that kind of jut out at different like widths and thicknesses, and that has all like animal prints on it. Meaning that there are animals in the pictures, not that they're like, this is a leopard print painting sort of thing. And then you have a wall that is full of Polaroids, except for around the center, which has the owner in it. And there's a wall that has drapery, so sort of there is fabric from the ceiling to the floor, and it has been pulled off and like pleated in certain spots. There are circles and spirals in it, so it looks incredibly cool. But there's like low lighting, and the lights are kind of low off the table. There's a bar, and then there's seating areas. There are tall standing tables, but they don't have chairs around them, or you could sit at the bar sort of thing. And Becky is sitting in a booth with a beverage in front of her, like she's kind of just holding it in her hands and sipping out of the straw.
So this place is open? I thought at one point we had said it was like shut down.
There are lights on in it. Okay. There aren't a lot of people in here.
Okay.
I'm going to need something to drink.
You and me both.
Because Wyatt had gone home, so he would be showing up on his own. I think he would show up like either right around the same time that the others are, and like see them like walking in. He'll kind of go up. He just says like oh God, what would Wyatt want to drink? He normally drinks his own shit. He would just have somebody like it's 2004, you know. PBR is still like on the rise. It's the working man's drink, so he's gonna have one of his friends grab him a PBR, and then he's gonna go over and make contact with Becky.
So you guys walk up to the bar, and you see a sort of gruff, muscled gentleman behind the bar. He's got a handlebar mustache with some stubble kind of for the rest of his face, sort of long black hair slicked back. He's cleaning a glass because that's what bar owners do, and he says he sees you guys kind of enter and is just like, bar's closed. And you hear Becky kind of like speak up and like, oh, they're with me, actually, they're okay. And he kind of looks at you guys, looks back at Becky, and he goes, all right, what'll it be?
Two PBR tall boys, one with a straw.
Oh, Tecate with lime. That's what fucking Wyatt would drink.
Okay.
I don't even
One
know.
PBR tall boy with a straw and a Tecate with lime.
Shout out to 2 fingers of bourbon.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tecate with lime, solid drink at a bar.
Okay.
Solid choice.
All right. Yeah, the gentleman takes your orders.
Vodka straight, 2 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Oh, we're doing shots?
I am.
But we'll have him pour another one.
All right. Wyatt, you make your way over to Becky's table, and she kind of like sits up and scoots over so you can sit in.
Yeah.
Oh, you kind of, as you look at her as you're walking through the table, she looks a little different. Like physically, kind of, she looks the same, but you can see sort of a slight glow around her, and you see like in her chest there is a like, it's one of those things where like, you know, when you look at a picture one way and then you can see it and then you like look the other way and you can't, you see a green sort of glowing in her chest that's kind of like right where her sternum is. It's small, it's not more than like 2 inches, and she kind of like looks at you as you sit down and she's like, you look different.
I was about to say the same thing to you. I mean, naturally you always look great, but right now you are glowing.
Oh, so I guess you have awakened, huh?
Is that what happened? It's like I was just walking, and then all of a sudden it felt like I was having a palpitation in my whole body.
I mean, it happens different for everyone, I think, but that sounds right.
Well, if it's look, as long as it's not an area of concern, obviously, like I think it's not like myself and my deathless are on speaking terms just yet.
It
This
probably
is
won't
something that
be.
Jane brought
Yeah.
up. Yeah, so I think I'm good
Good.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it feels like that. It's not indigestion, but it's like I feel
It's like
like there's
right
just
in the heart.
yeah, it's
Sort
just
of.
like
Yeah.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did
he'll
you?
like make a motion to like where he
Yeah.
sees it on her, he'll point to himself in
Yeah.
that general area.
Yeah. Did you learn anything right off the bat?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. I mean, other than the like good morning, it's like philosophy and science and mechanics, I guess, are things that I've always been good at. And like I always did think that I was decent at fixing stuff, but I never really thought that it was like inspired levels of fixing stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
How have you been? How's your day?
It was fine. There was some commotion on campus. I heard there were some horses.
Yeah, there were. All it took was a rat shush, and they seemed to calm right down. So, no worries about wild horses running through campus.
I like your confidence, Wyatt.
Well, thank you, Becky.
And at that time, the rest of you kind of make your way over to the table with the beverages. Becky is drinking a mojito currently.
Sit down across from Becky.
Hi, guys.
Pull something out of my pocket before you say anything. Here. And I hand her a stone.
What is it?
It's amethyst. It's good for cleansing and starting over. Mea culpa.
I like it. A rock olive branch. Thank you. I'm sure that this has all been a lot for all of you guys. I can't imagine. I mean, I found out all this stuff on my own, so I don't want to say I don't have a lot of friends, but like not like friends like this sort of thing, so.
Yeah, this is kind of a recent development.
Yeah. Well, Jane should be here soon. I mean, we'll know when she arrives, but
Is everyone else going to be okay? Like, they know about her?
Unless you have a pacemaker.
But like,
this
gesturing
place?
to the other people, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is kind of a place for misfits. Bob knows about stuff. I mean, I don't want to talk about anybody who doesn't want to talk about themselves, but not my place to say if they don't want to share, but we're okay here, basically.
Okay.
That's good. And Wyatt like slams the lime into the Tecate. It's the only way to get it in there is to go like
yeah. Anything you guys want to talk about with Becky before Jane arrives?
I mean, I feel like it's a lot of just like idle chatter kind of thing, and Wyatt like talking with Becky like more about the thing that happened.
Yeah. So the rest of you are kind of hearing that for the first time, what you saw and that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see any of that. It's like Leon's only contribution, as he is probably on to his second beer already. He is drinking quickly, nervously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At one point, like halfway through his second beer, Opal just like takes it for a minute and just like slides it over. You're a big boy, but slow down. We still have an important meeting.
Right, sure. Oh, yeah. And then just pulls out his water bottle that he carries with him and is drinking from that.
Okay, there you
Full
go.
of beer.
Slides the beer back over now that she knows that he's hydrating a little.
Yeah, when I found when my deathless awakened, it was like I saw a bunch of feathers, and actually some of them manifested. Like, I don't know if it was out of me or whatever. I was like alone in my room, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, mine was not as cool, I don't think. I was more just like doing my own thing, and I fell to my knees. So I'm glad I wasn't like operating heavy machinery or just stuff like that. Do I just sort of have to expect that to happen at points, or like now that like it's happened, is it good?
I don't know. It's for me. It was kind of like I had my awakening, and I started talking to Decarvia, and they kind of just sit in the background. There's not a lot of like, back and forth for me. I know Jane's different. Their Deathless kind of puts a lot of things into their head, I guess, is the best way to describe it. But no, I know that Jane said that my Deathless has a lot to do with birds, and feathers, and she said that the last person who had my Deathless and me was able to like shapeshift into a bird. So I'm hoping one day that happens. Maybe, I don't know. It'd be cool though.
What kind of bird would you want to be?
Oh, I mean, blue jay, they're really pretty, or like a cardinal. I don't know if I'd want to be like, I feel like I'd want to keep it simple. Maybe do like a finch.
Wyatt is just like, yeah, birds. He doesn't know anything about birds for the most part. Like, he does, but like, he doesn't have any input on it. Really.
Yeah. For those of you facing the back of the bar, you see the light around the back door suddenly goes out. And as that happens, you see Bob behind the bar he kind of like gets down, starts taking out candles. And the back door opens, and as it does, there's like the darkness kind of follows Jane as she walks in. Again, this werewolf-looking being, pronounced muzzle and fangs. She is in a trench coat, but as she walks in, you kind of see her take down the trench coat, and she has those extended back legs where she kind of looks like she's walking on her tiptoes, but she has a very good swagger to it. She's wearing what looks to be a like a button-up blue t-shirt, or a blue shirt with a collar, and there's a vest on top of it and some khakis, and she makes her way to the table. Wyatt, you notice that you can kind of feel the darkness coming your way as the lights begin to go out, and you look at her and you can see in that same sort of shimmer that you saw on Becky, there is that same shimmer but in a slightly different color, and you see sort of the being beneath, and this blonde-haired girl reveals herself to you in this moment as you're seeing through the guise, and you notice that she looks like she couldn't be more than 18 years old.
Well,
she looks quite young, and maybe like not even that. Like, she looks like she's probably like 15, 16. Mm-hmm. And as she moves over to the table, she pulls out a chair, and Bob comes over and puts a couple candles at your table, and she says, she like nods her head towards Bob and like kind of looks at the rest of you and gives you a nod.
Just push another rock across the table.
Uh-huh. She kind of looks at it, like holds it and sniffs it a little bit, and like looks up at you and gives you a nod and places it in her vest pocket.
It's a Labradorite.
Aw.
No, it's not because she's a dog, but
what's the
that sounds like what you used to get your Labrador to mega evolve.
I don't want her to be offended that it sounds kind of like a dog. It's because it was first discovered in Labrador, Canada.
What is that for? What does that do?
It's a stone of intuition and connection with your higher self.
I like that. She nods towards you and looks towards you, Wyatt, and she kind of cocks her head, and you hear her voice in your mind and says, I see that you have awakened a little bit.
Yeah, that was also took me a little bit by surprise.
She kind of like puts a finger up towards the rest of the group, and you see her go into her pocket in her trench coat that she has placed on the back of her chair, and she places on the table what looks like a tape recorder. It is a tape recorder, but you guys innately get this sort of feeling from it that it's not a typical tape recorder, and she presses a button on it, and it begins. You kind of hear the tape whirring, and you hear the crackling of the recording, and she says, hello everyone, I'm sorry that we have to communicate this way, but I thought it would be easier than Becky trying to speak the words that I'm trying to communicate to all of you. And she hits stop.
So was your secret knowledge knowing what this conversation was going to be before it happened, so you pre-recorded all the information, or can you just like kind of talk through that thing?
She like stops, and there's a big smile on her wolfy teeth, and she like hits the stop, like she rewinds it and then hits play again and says, I'm not omniscient, not omnipotent.
Clearly.
I'm not omniscient. I am using magic to infuse my thoughts into this kind of as it happens. Stop.
Neat. And
Can I
why
get you a drink?
She puts her hands up and says no, thank you.
All right, I believe the rest of you had questions, comments, concerns for Jane. That was the whole reason why we're doing this thing.
No, we're doing this because Jane offered to meet us and explain exactly what was going on.
It's been a couple days since.
Feels like it's been weeks.
Right?
Months even.
Months even.
She hits the record or the play button. I know that you all have had quite a time over the past few weeks, and I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but I also know that you have a lot of answers at this point. What can I give to you in your lack of knowledge? Stop.
Where's the lost Alpy? Just without even really thinking about it or giving anyone else. Just like, oh wait, no, there are probably really more important questions.
Hits play. Do you actually want to know, or?
I mean, yeah, we've already gotten the rest of them back home. We should get the last one too.
Stops, rewinds, plays. As far as I'm aware, they're still on campus. They're not as easy for me to pinpoint, but what I can tell you about it is that it is different than the rest, much larger, and not as amenable. Stop.
Well, that sounds tricky.
So what you're saying is we won't be able to bribe this one with some of Wyatt's moonshine.
No, I suppose not.
Bummer. That was kind of the whole plan.
Wyatt will, I think, says, as part of Deathless conversation goes, you said that you and Becky have both said that I've started to awaken. Will I expect, is something to be expected more of like the palpitation feeling, or is it going to be like now that I have experienced that small awakening? Is it just going to kind of like grow?
From what I've been aware of the awakenings, it is more like a crescendo, where you have your moment of impact and then a slow build. Mine wasn't as slow as I'd like.
No, it doesn't look like it.
But there are some that do not fully gain their deathless abilities until they're in their 60s. But I feel, from what you don't know, that there is already a blessing that has been bestowed upon you from your deathless.
And how exactly would I know what that is?
Quick, Wyatt, try to fly.
No. Because I don't know how that manifests. And I'd rather not cause any potential harm to friends.
Oh, stretch. And hydrate. As cliche as it is to say, she then opens her mouth and says, great power comes with great responsibility.
Yeah, like that Spider-Man.
She nods.
Maguire killed it.
She nods.
Can't wait for the third movie. It's gonna be incredible.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good. There's
Becky's
no way
like, oh my
they would let
god,
us
yes! We could go see it together.
We should.
I don't know. I feel like there's not enough dancing in these.
A tilt of the head.
Alright, but that being said, I feel like kind of going off of what Becky said earlier, is that before this whole Alpy thing got out of hand, everyone at this table was not forthcoming with their affinities and relations to the supernatural. That being said, I doubt that our grouping and our combined efforts are not going to be noticed by someone. Side note, the head librarian, also aware of magic. The head coach, also aware of magic. As far as I know, everyone on staff is like a little magical at this point in time. So, is there anything that we should be worried about of like there being like, I don't know, a shadow organization that's like, yes, get all of the powered individuals together and that's something, I don't know.
She hits play. From what I know, and I don't know everything, I only know what is hidden. There are those with secrets on campus, but not as many as you think. Abby is special, but she wishes to remain hidden. And the coach is a temple, the head of the football team.
Football. American football, yeah.
Right. He is also
not our football.
Not our football. He is also a temple. But most of the people know nothing of monsters and spells and magic. You 5 are part of a greater plan, I think.
X, you forgot Becky.
She looks at Becky and Becky goes, oh, God, no, I really don't need to be a part of this. Like, so it's okay. I'm good with my plants. She says, Jane says, You 5 were intertwined before all of this began. You were friends, acquaintances, lovers. I think that family. I don't know the future, but I do know that the ties that you have to each other are more important and more tightly wound than others I've seen. Especially Opal. Your prophecy has not yet started. Not really. When you seize the sword and the sky turns red, that is when you will know.
So I haven't already seized the sword?
I mean,
From
I've
what
seen her use it. I assume that she seized it.
Well, much like the rest of the prophecy, the sword might not mean an actual sword.
Prophecies are also usually highly metaphorical.
Yes.
Obnoxiously so.
Yes, when you had your injury as a child in your ballet dancing, that is what solidified you as the one the prophecy was about.
Cool. Love a good prophecy. Maybe I'll get to finish college before all of this comes to a head.
I hope so.
Although honestly, it would also like really suck. I was like in my 40s with like a family and shit. And then all of a sudden I was like, hey, it's your time.
There's a sort of a hacking laugh from Jane's wolf mouth. And she kind of clears her throat.
Guess either way, I should probably make sure I stay in shape, huh, guys?
Yeah, that's
You're
sort of a
already
big
in pretty good shape.
You're basically like a doctor on call, except you're on call your entire life.
Guess we should
So
start
isn't that
training,
just like
huh,
a
Leon?
regular doctor?
Don't most doctors get at least a day off?
Doctors
sometimes?
not get vacations?
I don't know how doctors work.
I don't know. I'm going into anthropology.
I'm 21. He's like really emphasizes the 21 part and continues to drink his beer.
Folin, your greatest desire is to reveal what is hidden. Though I can't say I fully approve, I have a feeling that your wish may come true in a way that you do not want. And I'm sorry.
Thank you? I don't know how to respond. What do you mean?
It's just a feeling.
Okay, do you want to elaborate? You're being super cryptic right now.
She kind of like, you see her like kind of frustrated, like pawing at the air a little bit. It's not a fact in my head, more of a feeling. My deathless pushes things into my mind constantly. And sometimes they are full images, sometimes they are just feelings.
Okay. Is there a way I can contact your death list? Do they have like an 800 number, or do I sacrifice a small animal, or...
You do not want to contact my deathless.
Okay. Is that
She
another
kind of looks
feeling you
down.
have, or is that just in general like something nobody should do?
There are kind deathless, and there are some that are not so.
I assume yours is the latter.
She kind of motions to herself.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, thank you for the warning.
Is there anything else I can answer?
For me or anyone?
From anyone.
What comes next?
You have a mission? Especially you, Leon. I suggest you continue upon your path. And I guess if I've learned anything over the years, don't take for granted what you have. Have fun. Go play with your friends. Go drink and party and do all of those things. I don't mean to be rude or a Debbie Downer, but cherish what you have.
I think Wyatt will like squeeze Becky's hand when Jane says that.
Mm-hmm.
I do have another question. Just one more.
Mm-hmm.
So you say there are all these deathless, and they all have temples, and they all have their own motivations. All these deathless want to do something different.
Nods.
And they all have some end goal that they're trying to achieve. What's yours?
She kind of looks off for a moment, like looks up, trying to like access part of her brain.
This is a move, too, for me that I can utilize if it might help with the question.
Sure.
It's called Just One More Thing.
The Columbo move.
Just one more thing.
I knew that Van would be super excited about this.
I
one
love
too.
it.
When you ask the suspect leading questions, I rolled charm, and then I get to ask. I've got a couple of things that I can do depending.
Go
on
for it.
How I roll.
I like it.
And since I am following my code, I get a. No, that's just to manipulate somebody. Never mind. So it doesn't require here. All right. Charm. Roll.
Hey,
12.
yo!
Motherfucker.
All right,
Yeah.
on a 10 plus hold 2.
Okay. I want to know first, what is something you left out that you didn't want me to notice?
That is from the conversation that you just had. Okay. Okay, so something that was left out, she's been talking a lot about prophecies and futures and you know, and she said she's not omniscient.
Yes.
And that was the truth. She is not. But it is perhaps in the wheelhouse of those who deal in the unknown, that they could probably, like, there might be a little bit of truth to that she doesn't know exactly what's going to happen, but she can, like she said with what she said to Folan, she can get feelings about the things in the future.
Like she might know more than she's letting on right now, or that she might have been not fully clear about how much she could know about the future.
It's more of that. She said that she, you know, like she said, like, live your lives, don't take anything for granted. The sword hasn't been seized. There's gonna be something that's gonna happen. Folan, for your thing, for letting the world know about monsters, or, you know, like getting knowledge out there. What she isn't saying is that it's a lot closer than you guys think.
Okay. So there might be a greater sense of urgency than she was working on. Okay.
But you also get the sense that she's not keeping this knowledge from you with any malice. It's more of she seems very sad in general.
Yeah. But that, I mean, she didn't want to, like, burden us with knowing this might be more dire than we realized.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And then you asked her a question.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is kind of tied in with the investigative mystery question. Oh, this doesn't have the list, does it? Oh no, that's the flexible alternative. Hold on, investigative mystery.
What? The flexball tournament?
Flexible alternative.
The flexible
updated.
I was like, the what?
A new sport called flexball?
I was like, was this part of your one D&D thing where you just played sports ball the whole time?
Yeah.
Thunderball.
Thunderball.
What is it going to do? I think is the question from the investigative mystery that question kind of ties into.
What is she gonna do?
What is it going to do? Because my question for her was, what is
Yeah.
What is the end result that her thing that her
Yes. So you know, her deathless.
Deathless, thank you.
You know that her whatever, same thing.
That's Mondays.
You know that her deathless is all about knowing the unknown, knowing things that people want to keep secret. And what her deathless probably wants is to keep things secret. And to keep, like, you can infer that probably like monsters and spells and all the things that are already secret fall within its domain. I don't think that you get the sense that Jane is looking for power, because she is very readily sharing things with you guys, getting that knowledge out. But you also get the sense that maybe she's not fully, like, her deathless seems to be like a big old dick and has a lot of control.
She's not on board for what her deathless wants.
Correct.
But her deathless kind of wants to know everything secret and to keep those things secret to retain its power.
Exactly. So if if the world, you know, like if everyone if let's say technology goes down, the internet goes down, a lot less people are going to know a lot less stuff.
Yeah.
So that could be something that, like, the end goal of the deathless is wanting to sort of remove knowledge from the greater population. But you also, again, get and that isn't necessarily like you are like, this is what they're going to do. They're going to take down the internet. But, like, that is something you can infer from, like, they want things to be secret.
I gotta warn Al Gore.
I know, right? But you also get the sense from Jane that she kind of is rebellious against her deathless and doesn't want them to have that.
Okay.
So, and it also, I guess you can infer from what's happening right now, and that, like, what she's telling you guys and getting this information out, and the sadness, and, like, she's saying, you guys go out, you have fun, you live your lives. She's not including herself in that.
Yeah.
And it's, so take from that what you will. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm trying to think how Fulham to respond to this. I think just nods and just, all right. That makes sense. Is there an easier way to get in contact with you? No, you can't really. You can do this thing with the tape recorder. Do you have any special phones or computers that you can use to talk with people?
She kind of looks at Becky and looks at you guys and kind of just shakes her head.
You can write letters.
There is a nod, and she plays on the recorder. I could write you a letter. And perhaps I will. No, any of you. I don't.
Always up for a pen pal.
She kind of, like, thinks for a second, and then she says, she opens her mouth and says, keep it secret. Keep it safe. Perhaps if you write me a secret letter, I'll learn of it.
Are you happy with your arrangement?
There's a side glance, And she kind of just like looks down and shakes her head.
If we found a way to undo any of this, to separate you from your death list, is that something you would want?
There's a moment where you see a little bit of vulnerability in those eyes. And she kind of like shakes her head and hits play and says, "That's not something I can think about now." And then
at least a couple of us exchanged like glances across the table, like.
Leon is just like, that's okay. Sometimes I have trouble thinking about things too.
She like smiles and like gives a nod towards Leon. Presses play. I can't linger for long. Bob doesn't like it when all the lights are out. It was lovely to meet all of you.
We appreciate you explaining things to us.
Of course. Wow. And she like stands up from the table and takes her trench coat, and as she kind of wipes it around Wyatt again, you see that like 2 feet shorter young blonde girl as she like adjusts her collar, and she like looks to you. Also, I guess as you see, even in her her lycanthrope or her dog form, you see that she has a shine to her, but it is sort of a like a dark green, and it's, instead of just like being a little indentation on her chest, it seems to consume most of her body. Wyatt, you're the only one who can see that, but she kind of like holds the tape recorder in her hand as she stands, her trench coat on. She puts her hat back on and looks towards the rest of you. Like, is there anything else? Okay.
I think why, like, as she's getting up, just, hey, Jane, you be safe out there.
She nods her head and like gives you a wink, taps her hat, and like she gives a glance to Becky, and Becky kind of like furrows her brows for a moment, but nods, and Jane nods, and Jane, as she leaves, the lights kind of go on. It's like a 20-foot radius sort of thing. They kind of go on as she leaves, and Becky like kind of looks down and then blows out the candle in front of her. And I think we'll go on a quick break. I know it's late, but I didn't want to interrupt the scene. So we'll be back in 5 to 10, so don't go in a place unless it is to grab a drink, grab food, grab a friend, or go to the bathroom, take your medication, get a hug. That sounds amazing. We'll be right back. Bye! Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Craig's here. He wants to say hi.
Craig's running the second half of the stream.
Yep. Yep. Okay, so the lights go back on. Bob comes around and asks you guys if you want another beverage. What are you doing for the rest of the evening? Any more conversation you guys want to have?
Once they leave and like the lights have come back on and everything, Chloe just sort of does like this on the table for a minute.
You all right?
Yes.
I'm
Being
very
in groups
proud
makes
of
me
you
very
for
tired.
mending that bridge.
Least I could do. If Wyatt's gonna keep them around.
I don't think we really have a choice in the matter. Jane just seems like she's going to be coming up regardless. But as far as having a mentor goes, it's somebody who knows what's going on with myself. I mean, with Becky and myself both.
And
Jane
as far as having a girlfriend goes.
Whoa, hey. And like, I feel
Becky
like
goes
just
red.
like, Yeah, they met earlier this week. As far as like, are we boyfriend girlfriend? What are we like? Has not been a conversation that has been had. They're just sort of enjoying each other's company at the moment. But
So have
like,
you asked her out yet?
Becky being right there, be like, we got breakfast the other day.
Well, there's a great party on Friday. You should bring Becky as your date.
Becky, would you like to go to the party with me? You can say no, or we can finish this conversation somewhere else or at a
No,
different
you can't.
time.
We're all too invested in it now.
Yeah, now we're all dating you.
Why it is still just beat red? We are not. It would no, it's you know what? We just like head down, sip strength.
What's good? What good is having family close by if you can't embarrass them a little bit? That's what my dad would say. Mm-hmm. I learned from the best.
Sure. Is it gonna be like a house party or like?
I don't know. Is it gonna be a house party? Wyatt like looks back to the others.
It's at Leon's fraternity. My sorority is helping host it.
Yep. Yeah. So Friday Night Lights, the movie, comes out on Friday, and so we're all going to see that, and then afterwards, it's a party at the frat.
This suddenly makes perfect sense to me. And since Opal is helping host, I have to go. Which means Bolin has to go.
You are correct in those assumptions, yes.
Sure. Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Excellent. That sounds like a great time.
Becky suddenly feeling themselves in the corner in the booth. Like there's
Yeah.
literally no escape for her.
Yeah, Wyatt, I think, would just be like, who wants another round? And he will like force himself out, like to create that pathway in case she needs to get up and do anything.
Yeah.
Like run away.
Does he walk away?
No,
Oh,
he's
you
not gonna
stand
walk
there?
away. No, he's gonna like get up and he will ask, like, does anybody want another round? And then he will go and
I would love
get
one.
orders.
Mojito, please.
Yes, please.
Can do. Becky, would you like to join me?
She's so comfortable here. You don't want to make her get up. You've got that, Wyatt.
Such a gentleman.
It's okay.
And he will just mouth, I am so sorry.
She like
And
smiles.
then, then head off to the bar.
I'm sorry, Becky. It's just that he's so embarrassing all the time. I can't help it.
It's cute.
What are your intentions with our Wyatt?
Well, I have a couple plants that I need to rehome. She like laughs to herself. That was a joke. I have no intentions so far. Just
okay.
He does have some plants in his office, so I mean, he could put some plants there.
Yeah.
If you found yourself on a deserted island and you could only bring 5 things with you,
Oh,
what
then
would
leave
those
her
be?
alone.
Alright, but just one more thing.
I really regret having you watch that with me. I regret it.
And don't worry about the party. I mean, I don't know if you are a party person or not, but you know, it's yes, there will be alcohol, but there will also be, you know, cornhole and plenty of other things to do that don't require drinking.
As far as parties on campus go, I hate those the least.
They have a giant dartboard in the backyard. It's really fun.
That is legitimately cool.
I can't say I've ever been invited to a party, so sounds great.
Which one is cornhole again? Is that
Yeah,
when we
with
throw the balls in the
beanbags.
cups?
No, with the beanbags.
Oh, right.
That's beer pong. What?
I don't know. Y'all have
Even I
different
know
names
that.
for things here.
You have a different name for beer pong?
Didn't your people like invent beer pong?
No, we invented other drinking games. Most of them you can't play at college parties. So
Have you guys heard of Waterfall?
Yes.
Oh.
Like the TLC song?
No, it's a
No.
card based game, I guess.
That one is out now, right?
Yes.
Maybe. The one about Jason Waterfalls?
Yeah, Jason Waterfalls.
Jason Waterfalls.
Don't be
Don't
Jason
go.
Waterfalls.
No,
No,
it's
no,
don't
nobody
go,
likes Jason.
Jason Waterfalls.
Yeah, don't go.
Don't
Jason
leave
Waterfalls.
Jason Waterfalls.
Sorry, that's a dumb joke I told Val like 10 years ago or something.
Okay, but is Waterfall just King's Cup, or are they completely
I don't actually know
different
that
games?
one.
No. Waterfall is the one. No. Waterfall's the one with the ping pong ball where you have to like get it in the cup and then you chug your drink and then you have to flip it. Oh yeah. Oh, so you flip the cup. And then the next person, once you flip it right, the next person has to chug their drink and then flip their cup. And
No, that's flip.
That's
cup.
flip. That's flip cup.
Philadelphia.
Waterfall is everybody starts drinking at once, and then like there's like a person that would be like the anchor, and when they stop, the person to their left can stop, and then the person to their left can stop, and then the person to their left can stop.
Yeah,
But
I
I don't
know it
remember
as
what
a rule
triggers
in
it.
King's Cup. That
Oh.
yeah, I've
You're
got that as
right.
one of the cards. in King's
Waterfall,
Cup.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's Waterfall is a card in King's Cup, but you can also just play Waterfall.
I never
There you
learned
go.
all the rules to
Drink.
King's Cup.
Yeah.
fair. Okay.
feel like-
And
Anyways.
Wyatt comes back and we're sitting there talking to Becky trying to
The
figure out
rules
what
about
this
King's
one,
Cup,
what,
Yeah.
how you play King's Cup because we all play it a little differently.
Yeah, Opal is explaining all the house rules for King's Cup.
And then
They have
Wyatt
a
comes back.
lot
He's
of
like, no,
house
that's
rules."
the game where you like put the cards under the tab of the can, and then whoever ends up putting the card that cracks the can has to slam the whole thing.
Oh.
I've never done that one either.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's one variant of it, and definitely better than the one where you have the King's Cup in the middle,
Oh,
and
that
everyone
one's the
pours some of
worst.
their drink
No,
into
oh,
it.
yeah,
That's
way.
gross. That's like
Yeah, no,
a
no,
12-year-old
we don't do
Taco
that
Bell.
one. Well, some of
Oh.
the guys do that one, but I don't play when they play it.
Well, I will have to play King's Cup, I guess.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm
think-
going to sit in a corner silently.
And
the
none of
entire
these
time.
involve knives or anything. It
No, and no
confuses me.
guns either. Please. That was not a funny joke last time.
Oh my god. 2004 was a different time.
All right. Anyway.
Next session
Uh,
is just gonna be us playing King's Cup on stream.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
All right.
Okay, that would actually be really funny. I would call in sick to work the next day for that.
Would be really funny.
Oh my god. I can't do that. I can't do that on a Sunday night.
But you just have to facilitate.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, you just
Or
do the digital
alternatively,
cards
we do
on
that at
Roll20.
another night when we can all actually
God.
partake.
All right.
Friday night.
So you guys are finish your beverages and head home. You have some downtime in between. It's Wednesday night into Thursday, and then you have the party on Friday. Is there anything you guys want to do in between that time?
Yeah, get more in touch with my, I guess, awakened self and figure out what it is, like, if there's anything I can do with it. And I think that Wyatt does discover that he can do something with it.
Yeah. I think that you have it's one of those things where it's like you know you have something, but I think it's going to awaken like when you need it, sort of thing. Like maybe you can't like practice it, but it is like there's
He just
something
spends
there.
a lot of time like
Yeah.
meditating, going to the park,
Mm-hmm.
hanging out with Becky.
Yeah, you actually feel more connected to your deathless when you are doing research and maybe working on something mechanically or science stuff. Your science class, what is Wyatt's major?
Geology.
Geology. Your when you analyze rocks, like when you get into like the physical science of things, it's so much easier for you right now for whatever reason. You're like, oh, obviously this is what, like, you're making like zero mistakes as it's happening.
Yes, studying's for nerds who don't have an eldritch being living inside them.
So don't play with that, please. Krieg is. I'm gonna kick you off the desk if you can't behave. Arr. All right. anything else anybody wants to get up to?
Yeah, I have to have a very important conversation with Opal.
Okay. Go. Where is this taking place and when?
Wherever.
She's free. Just going to. She's actually going to classes on Thursday.
I had to go get coffee that morning.
I got you, usual.
Thank you. I need your help with something.
Ready, go.
I need you to help me find something to wear to the party because the last two I've worn the same outfit, and the time before I heard people talking about me and I don't like it.
Who was it? When you beat him up?
No, just
Oh, okay. Do you want to go shopping?
I just want. No, I don't like shopping.
Okay, I'll make it fun.
Thanks.
There's like a particular thing you guys stop and get a smoothie first because you don't want to shop at an empty stomach. And then you go to like a ridiculous store that you would never buy anything in first. You try like a bunch of old lady clothes for fun. And then after that, everything's going to look awesome. It's like a whole thing. I'll show you. Come on. I'll meet you after class. She'll like go off and explain like the whole, like how everything's going to happen for fun.
That was
And
it.
it'll be like a whole thing on Thursday night. We spend hours at the mall.
It's a shopping montage in the making.
I just wanted a freak Rachel out personally.
All right,
I
Leon.
was like, what are we doing? Is it crime?
Leon and Fallen, is there anything you guys want to get up to?
Yeah. Leon's mostly just gonna spend some time with the special team and be like, okay, now that I know I can do magic, teach me things. And also be like, so we know there's one more Alpi, but think it might be bigger and meaner. And so don't know where it is yet. But so just seeing if they can assist at all in tracking it down.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to use a roll for this, or are you just set dressing?
I probably should because I have the what is it? I have my mentor move.
Yeah.
When you contact your mentor for info, which is great because it's with sharp, which I'm not great at.
Mm-hmm.
So this has great potential.
Could also give you potential, or sorry, experience in this system.
Yep. Okay, that's an 8.
Right.
So on a 7 to 9, you choose they're either busy and can't help.
Jesus, Val. Sorry.
So busy and can't help, or they answer the question, but you owe a favor. I think I'll just go with busy and can't help for this. Maybe it's like I get too engrossed in practicing the magic, and then it's like right as our time is almost up, it's like, oh, about the Alpi, but then it's like, you know, they're too busy and gotta do other things.
Sorry for chat. Val's mic does things sometimes.
It misbehaves.
Yeah, I'm gonna order a new soundboard because I've done everything I can to fix this one, and it's not working. Apologies, everyone.
It's okay. Fallen, are you getting up to anything?
Yeah, I'm stalking Leon for the week.
All right.
I mean, he just spends a lot of time with football practice. And
I'm
like
skipping
at one point,
I'm skipping all my classes that overlap with Leon's anything because I want to know everything about the football team.
Okay, you learn a lot about the coaches as leaders. The head coach does kind of sit back and let things happen, like he's sort of doing an overview of everything. And Coach Gill, who is Leon's specific coach for the defense, is a little bit more hardcore and yelly at them if they make mistakes on the field. I don't think you can follow. Do you want to try and follow him into the secret club?
Does that seem like something that would be possible to do during? Yeah, I mean that seems like something that wouldn't be really feasible when they're in there.
Yeah,
and something I might need to do like when they're not
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what I would say is you for sure notice, like, because there's normal football practice, and then like you see a lot of the team leaving, but like Leon and a few other members have not yet reemerged from like the locker room area.
I think a lot of it would probably be then like clocking the ones that are part of this special
yeah
team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then like which coaches are part of
staying
that too, so,
yeah, you could definitely figure that out. It's not that many. I think we said there's like 10 to 12 members on the special team, and then like 3 coaches stay behind.
I was expecting them to like get anything big, but that is what Fulham is doing. So if we need to call back on any of that information, Fulham is at least aware.
All right. So, the night of the party. Leon, you go watch Friday Night Lights. It's emotional. It's maybe close to what actual football is like, but very dramatized. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I also was not on the football team. It's
exactly what your English teacher wishes that you got out of any of the books that they gave you. You get the full emotional ride and experience the highs and lows of high school football.
You're hyped as hell about football after it's over.
Yeah.
Football is life.
Ball is life.
Insert Danny gif.
Ball is life.
I need to start watching season 3.
Same.
Okay, so Rachel or Opal is going to be going to the party early. I think a lot of the sorority sisters maybe got there right before everyone came back. Amber's there. Go ahead.
Just I imagine the team was unintentionally shitty and like, hey, the frat's going to the movie sorority, can you set up for the party even though it's at our place? And like, obviously they were invited to the movie too, but
nobody went.
All right. How have you guys decorated this party, or what's the
theme? Is there is no theme, and there are decorations from every possible holiday decorations everywhere, all interchanged.
I like that.
Like everything. There's like a Christmas tree set up. There's like Halloween decorations when you walk in. There's like one of those skeletons that like is motion detected or whatever, like right at the front door. But there's like also like a moving Santa Claus next to it. There's like a bunch of like lawn blow ups and stuff. There's like the entire kitchen is just, it's like, it looks like Valentine's Day threw up in it.
Yeah.
You know, like
oh yeah.
Like, the back patio looks like a 4th of July party. It's just like American flags everywhere and fireworks and things. Like it just threw up. Every holiday party threw up.
I like that.
It's happy birthday as like strung up along like the banister going upstairs. Like,
yeah, there's a big open the fraternity house has like a foyer and like a staircase going up each side, and then there's like a large sort of gathering room where everyone would have, like, that's where the main party is. And then there's the kitchen, you have the jungle juice and the whatever, everyone has to give $5 when they enter, sort of thing. And Opal, as you are finishing sort of setting up things, a lot of the sorority sisters have started sitting down and like started drinking and stuff. And one of them comes over to you, Tammy, who's one of like this, like, bless her heart, like sweet girls. She's like, Opal, I got something. I think you'll like it. Oh, I'm sorry, Greg. I yelled. She says, I got a tarot deck. And she like holds it up to you.
Oh. Do you know how to use that?
Well, I have the manual. Do you want me to read your fortune?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm so glad I'm not there.
She has, like, she shuffles the deck and has you cut it, and then she like lays 3 cards out, and then she like starts flipping them over, and she's like, okay, so your past is okay, the Princess of Swords, and you see her like like, this is gonna take a while sort of thing, and she like looks in the handbook and she's like, okay, so the Princess of Swords, and I don't actually know these things, so she's gonna look it up, and oh, here we go. Okay, it's inverted, which means upside down, and so it means frivolous, cunning, revealed as an imposter, illness is possible.
Oh, you know what? I did have a really bad flu last year.
Oh my god, okay. It's working. She turns over the second one, and she's like, okay, so the magician, which is face up, and that means, okay, it's about power. The symbol, okay, that's not what it's about. It's just a meaning. Okay, wisdom, skill of adaptation, originality, and self-confidence. That's totally you. Ugh.
This is great. Let's see what my future holds.
Okay, so the other
I still
one.
have to move those kegs.
Yes, sorry, hold on.
It's okay.
Okay, so the upside down, it's an upside down 7 of Cups, which means, okay, meaning reversed, desire, lust, vanity, and wrath.
Oh. Well, that sounds fun.
So maybe you're gonna get late tonight.
Fingers crossed, girlfriend.
This is so fun! Amber, look! She like runs over to the next person.
Amber, no.
Amber, no, run. If Amber makes eye contact with Opal, she's just like...
No, she is stuck talking to Tammy now.
That's so sweet. Tammy found a new hobby.
Yeah.
Love Tammy.
I thought she was about, when she said it's right side up, which means I thought she was about to explain what right side up is.
Oh no.
Which means it's not inverted, which means it's not upside down.
Which is usually a good thing, right?
And then she's gonna go like haul the kegs by herself because she can and nobody else can.
All right. What's the arriving order? I believe the frat boys will probably be like a little bit late. Sounds right. You're muted, love.
Boys, the frat boys are still crying after the end of Friday Night Lights, and they really need to like get back into party zone.
Yeah.
Before they go back and hang out with the friends. They weren't crying. It didn't move them.
Must have been a leak in the theater.
Yeah, I think Wyatt probably would have probably like would have confirmed a time to meet up with Becky. Maybe get some dinner beforehand, or like just something, something a little hearty to put in their stomachs before they have a night of drinks. And other things like that. So I think they would show up together, but like a little bit later because they're, getting food first.
Yeah. So Chloe and Opal, or Chloe and Folin and Chloe.
Chloe.
Yeah.
What are our names? Who are we?
You guys maybe arrive first.
I think, yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of back and forth between. I have to imagine they're sitting at Folin's apartment, and up until the last minute, like, do we have to go? Are you sure?
Yes, we have to go.
Opal's already sent like 6 text messages, like knowing that they're gonna be like debating, trying to like drop out of this.
There are going to be so many people there. She won't even know that we're not there.
No, she will definitely know that we're not there. She's already texted me about 7 times.
The next text that shows up is, I will absolutely know if you two don't show up. And then like a less than 3. That's the last one she'll send.
But
what am I supposed to do? I'm not going by myself.
All right, but I'm not working tonight. First frat bro that shows up asking to buy Adderall, I'm punching them in the face.
Don't just say no.
Just say no. When is the last time you ever heard of a frat bro responding to no?
You've got a point. You just behave.
All right.
Chloe and Folin enter the party. You see the wonderful display of all different types of holiday decorations around.
What the fuck happened here?
It's there's no theme.
That's a thing.
No.
That feels lazy.
It actually takes a lot of work. If
That
anything,
feels
it
like
takes
the
too much
worst,
work.
the worst kind of laziness.
I don't know. Listen, I make no apologies for sororities.
Full, you see a familiar face as Amber begins to walk up.
Oh no.
Oh my god! Fullin!
Hi.
Hey! I didn't know you were
Hello.
coming tonight.
Opal invited us. Amber, this is my girlfriend, Curiosity. Or Chloe.
Girlfriend. Hi!
Yep.
I'm Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Can I get you guys a drink? Do you need anything?
We're fine, thank you.
I think we're good. Thank you.
Okay. Jungle
where's-
juice is in the back.
Where's Opal at? Because I'm sure we're gonna want to.
Ooh, good question. Maybe out back with the kegs?
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Cool, have fun. She immediately goes over and just starts doing this to somebody.
That's gonna turn into a thing.
Who's that?
That's the one that saw Opal and I behind the restaurant trying to break in. So Opal and I made it seem like we were fooling around back there, and then she, yeah. So that's probably gonna turn into a whole rumor mill.
I'm surprised it hasn't already. Did I look sufficiently angry?
No, yeah, you looked fine.
Good. Do you want something to drink?
Yes, copious amounts.
Don't drink the jungle juice.
No, fuck me, no.
All right.
Opal walks up with a cup of fruit from the jungle juice for everybody. That's the worst thing you can do. Don't do that. Don't eat the fruit.
No, and at my college they put absinthe in that.
I don't even remember those parties. All right.
Well, that's why.
Right? Wyatt and Leon, you guys arrive around the same time. Becky has actually dressed up. Like, she's like wearing like a sundress sort of thing. It's cold out. So
Wyatt has given her his flannel.
Aww. She's like wearing it over her shoulders. You guys pay the entrance fee and see the wonderful decorations. There's quite a few people here at this point. Mostly just chit-chatting, and a lot of people, actually all of these people you don't know. Wyatt, Becky obviously doesn't know them either, so.
Oh, we know our small group.
Yeah.
And Wyatt, I think, will just like, I mean, he had ample time to prepare moonshine, so like he just like has one for him and one for Becky, and just like you can have as much or as little of that as you want, but at least we know what's in that.
Yeah, I'll just stay close if that's okay.
Yeah, I'd prefer that, to be honest.
I didn't ask what Opal picked out for me to wear.
I don't know. What do you want it to be?
I don't know. I'm gonna think about it.
I had the idea that it was Opal being like, let's go try on the old baggy grandma clothes first, and then we'll go and try on the fun ones. But the baggy grandma clothes fit Chloe so much better, and like it has like the whole aesthetic nailed down of like dark academia witch going on that you don't even bother going to get.
No, I'm really into that.
Like, much to Opal's chagrin of just like, oh my god.
Like, why does this look so good?
Like,
I look ridiculous in this stuff. Why does it work on you?
Exactly.
She's like, you have to buy this.
Because color sucks the life out of me.
Okay, but that eggplant jacket looks really awesome.
I consider eggplant dark enough that it's not really a color.
I love
God,
it.
this is just me in high school.
Oh, me too. No, 100%.
I don't own anything that's colorful, but that one doesn't count because it's dark red. All right. Yeah, Leon, you get back. The place looks amazing. It's starting to get trashed already. The boys are gonna go do keg stands. What do you?
Yeah, I think there's like as the frat returns from the movie, they have like hyped themselves up. They come in and they're just like, hoo, 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 and like, you know, everyone cheers. But like, for those of you who notice, like as Leon like gets into the the house, and it is very crowded. Like he is quickly losing steam, and is just like looking around, and eventually goes and just grabs some of the jungle juice because he's like, I'm gonna need this, and then like is already drinking from it when he sees you all and makes his way over. Oh, hi guys. Thanks for coming. Or no, just started, but are you having a good time so far?
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know anyone here.
I'm not having a bad time.
The music's
I mean-
So
amazing.
far, so good.
How was the film?
Oh, it was so good. I'll have to tell you about it later. Because otherwise that's all I'm gonna talk about tonight.
All right.
All right. So, are we like? Is this like a go off and mingle thing? Do we think the Alpi's gonna be here? I know that we're not like trying to do that.
We're
I
not
don't-
working
I don't
tonight.
think we're not working tonight.
We're not working tonight.
Purposefully
We're
not
doing
working
what Jane
tonight.
said. We're having fun and enjoying ourselves.
All right. Well, that's the case. Becky, you want to check out the big darts they have in the backyard? Apparently.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. Let's see who has better aim.
Yeah, I can help with that because some of them are very big darts.
What do you mean
I'm
big
imagining,
darts?
like-
Are you meaning like a javelin? Like the two of them like
I
talking as
mean-
they're going off.
They've rigged up like footballs that have like darts on the top, and you throw the football.
It's just
into the
lawn
giant
darts.
dartboard.
Lawn darts are so dangerous.
So dangerous.
I imagine they also have what is it called? Texas golf, where it's the two golf balls on the string and then the 3 rows and you have to
Oh,
try
yeah,
and
yeah.
hit it.
Oh yeah.
I know that game. I haven't heard it called that.
No, I haven't
Yes.
either.
What is
Yes.
this?
You
Okay,
basically
Yeah. So it's like they're like 15 feet away or so. It's PVC pipe in 3 different rows.
Rings,
And
yeah.
then your hole in one, quote unquote, is if you can get these bolos that are just golf balls with string attaching them wrapped around the top, middle, and bottom, then
Mhm.
you.
There's different
immediately-
points.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
different
hard.
points. It is very hard. It's a really
Yeah.
fun game, actually.
Ladder ball. That's, what
That's
I've heard
yeah, that's it.
called.
That's it.
okay.
We're all just learning the different games that we played in college.
Yeah, right.
This is something that my family reunion has had for
Yeah.
years, and I just
Same.
didn't know it had a name.
They
She's like,
also.
"Oh, yeah, there's those
Bocce ball
things."
here.
I was gonna say they also have
Bocce,
bocce ball, but it's very
Yes.
dark, so it's hard to like. It is very hard to play, and they're
Oh.
like,
What if you pay? Okay, but this is a frat / sorority party. I'm guessing glow in the dark paint
Oh, yeah.
covered bocce ball. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like
That is
None of
smart.
those
cosmic
exist
bocce.
now.
Yeah,
My brother has a set of bocce balls that once it starts to get dark, they glow.
yeah. Man, we need
Wow.
some cosmic bocce ball up in here.
Cosmic bocce ball. There you go.
hey, yo.
Yeah.
There's like a couple tables set up for like beer pong, like tournaments going on. You're like, I've got next.
There's
We've
a
got
sign up
winners.
board,
Yeah.
but you have to enter as a team name. You can't just go by yourself.
No, you have to come up with a team name.
Yeah.
All
So, yeah,
right.
I think that's Wyatt's plan is to just sort of like have a party date with the girl that he's been seeing.
Okay.
Folan does sign up the group for the beer pong tournament or signs up Wyatt and Becky for the beer pong tournament under Temple of Doom as their team name.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Nope, Legends of the Hidden Temple. God.
That's funnier.
Yep.
Incredible.
It says Temple Doom. It's scratched out. It says Legends of the Hidden Temple.
We're just
Amazing.
we're over there like giggling as Fulton's writing this down.
All right. Yeah, you guys start partying it. If anybody wants to, Tammy is all about the tarot cards and wants to do readings for everybody.
Oh.
As soon as Tammy comes out with her like cards, I smack Chloe.
What does she have?
Tarot cards. She gave me a reading earlier.
Where did she get those?
I have no idea.
This new thing called Amazon. Like you can just order stuff online, it comes to your house.
you probably went to
Just-
that little shop in town?
I shouldn't.
It's really fun.
The blasted tower. What is that?
But you have to do it as party Chloe, not as serious witch Chloe.
It's not as fun.
I know, but just try it.
Take a deep breath.
Tammy,
Yeah?
do a reading on Chloe.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so you have to, I'm gonna shuffle them and you need to think of a question in your head. And then I'm going to have you cut the deck and then you are going to try and think of that question, or like, I could just do like your past, present, and future. And then I'll read the cards for you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, do you want to do a question or do you want to do your past, present, future?
Let's do past, present, future.
Okay. All right, cut the deck.
Very skillfully. Hands
Yes.
back.
Okay. All right. Past, present, future. Okay. So, for your past, it is the Magician inverted. And that's like upside down, which sometimes is good, sometimes bad. Don't worry. Okay. All right. So, the Magician is, okay. That means insecurity, ineptitude, weak-willed. So just channel that and think about that. Meditate on that for a moment about your path. Sorry, I don't know you that well. I can't like speak to it. Okay. The present is the foolish man. But that one's like straight up. So
not upside down.
Correct. Yes. Okay. So the foolish, the star, the sun, the last judgment. Oh.
There's a smile. I think Opal and Foley can like hear the teeth grinding.
The lover. Or the foolish man means idea, thought, sensitivity. The flesh, eternal life, spirituality, folly or foolishness. Still in the foolishness era. Me
All
too,
of those
right?
things.
Yes. Okay. So the
must
next
be full of layers.
She's very foolish, yes.
Okay, the next one is the Princess of Wands inverted. Okay, Ace of Wands.
And that does mean upside down.
Yes, it's yes.
I thought inverted was the other way.
No, inverted is upside down.
Oh, well.
I'm sure Tammy knows what she's talking about.
Yes. Where's the princess? Oh, here we go. No, there's the Princess of Wands. 5, 6, 8, 9. How come it's not? Oh, because the royalty's in another section. Sorry. Oh. Me not actually knowing what I'm looking for. Okay.
Oh, let it be Tammy. It's funny.
Yeah, no, totally Tammy. Wands. Okay, there we go. Okay, the Princess of Wands inverted is superficial, theatrical, cruelty. Oh my god, a gossip, instability. I'm sorry.
Not instability, instability.
It is instability. Just so everyone's aware.
No, Tammy said instability.
She did.
Tammy did. The DM
Yes.
knew what the
Instability.
Yeah. Sorry. Sometimes they're not very
No.
nice.
No, that's, you know what, that's true. And a couple of those things ring true for my current situation.
Good.
Fallen. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Tammy, keep practicing.
Thanks. I'll get them down. I know I will. Okay.
She like
okay.
loses a card as she like leaves.
Yeah,
The one's
yeah.
like on the ground.
Yeah. All right. You guys
Bad
go.
interpretation, but I can't say it was that far off.
You guys
Maybe
head
she
back
knows
into
a
the.
gift.
Or maybe fortune telling is built on making you identify with it.
I didn't say that, you did.
It's not a science, it's barely an art. If you're doing it the way Tammy's doing it. You're right, that was fun.
I knew you'd like that. As soon as she walked up to me with them, I was like, I can't wait for Chloe to get here.
Where's Amber?
Amber is inside dancing at the moment, but you do notice as you go inside there are quite a few people who are looking at you guys, especially the sorority girls. And Wyatt, you and Becky are outside playing games. The four of you inside, as the party continues on and gets a little bit more rowdy, things get messier. There's like cups left place, empty cups, and like food wrappers, and people are getting loud and rowdy. There's music going. Do you guys want to talk to anyone specifically, or?
I want to use magic on Amber.
Okay. Okay. What would you like to do?
I want to inflict harm, but not on her. I want to break one of her heels.
Okay. You can definitely do that. Let's roll it.
Like her. And if I, at 21 years old in college, could have done magic, this is the shit I would be doing. I rolled double sixes.
Hey, yo. Okay. Magic works without issue. Yeah, you see her dancing, and she kind of like steps down on her heel, and it breaks, and she kind of falls into somebody, and like, you know, hits her butt on the ground, and the like girls she's with are like, oh my god, are you okay? And like the guys are kind of laughing, and she's like, oh, my shoe, I just got this, and she's like,
oh, the trouble with faux couture.
Are you on the dance floor talking to her?
No, I just say that to whoever's around.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
a little petty.
Was it?
She's kind of the worst. It's okay.
Do I look like I get? Spreading rumors is petty.
Yeah, as you
Some of us would call that karma.
I think Leon does, like, he maybe didn't quite clock Chloe doing this, and he's just like, oh no, someone fell down, then like goes over and like clears a path and helps her up. But
see,
then
and now Leon
we'll
has
go
something to
back
focus
over.
on, and he won't be
Yeah.
stressed.
You
So if
like
anything, I've done a good deed.
Oh my god. I can't believe I fell. I'm so clumsy. Oh.
Are you okay? Like, should I take a look at your ankle? Like,
Yeah, if you want to.
She starts saying no, and then she does like the one up and down, like, nah, actually.
Yeah, right. Yeah, is there a quiet place we can go? Because it's really loud here.
Oh,
and now guess who she's not focusing on.
Sure. And we'll like start taking her up towards his room, and like Leon is not thinking anything ulterior at all. He is just like, oh no, I have to like help her. And we'll be like, should I carry you in case your leg's broken?
Oh my god, that's so sweet of you. Yes.
Princess or fireman?
Princess? My dress is a little short
we'll
for
just
the
like
fireman.
swoop her up.
Leon, you're so strong.
This puts her in our social orbit, though, so I blame you for whatever comes of that.
Oh, once Leon finds out what's going through her mind, I think the situation might change a little bit.
I guess we'll see.
Well, she's definitely not thinking about you anymore.
I'm happy about that.
What can I say? I'm a criminal mastermind.
I'm
All
so
right.
glad you're my friend and not my enemy.
For those of you in the main area, the party is going, it's raging. There is a bit of sort of a moment where the music switches over, and you guys hear a strange click. And as you kind of like take, like, okay, what the fuck was that? You feel something sort of drip on your face, and as you're kind of clocking what's happening, you see the sprinklers start to go off in the building. But what's raining down is not water. It smells pretty bad, and it looks gray. As you guys begin to start to get soaked by gray water.
We should leave.
everyone starts screaming. Leon, you hear this upstairs as Amber's like, we never really interacted before. You seeing anybody? And then you kind of hear like screaming from downstairs. Wyatt, outside, you hear this as well.
Wyatt's just like kind of like looks at Becky and is just like, is this our time? Like he will just sort of like look at her, look at the house, look at her again, and just like, all right, come on, like we should check this out.
Yeah, you guys start making your way to the door, and a bunch of people start pushing past you.
Oh God!
Yes, and covered in this gray water, and like you kind of see it. The Opal, Fullen, and Chloe, you guys make your way to the backyard, presumably out of this mess, if that is what you'd like to do. And
no, I just want to hang out.
I mean, I don't want to tell you what you're doing with your characters.
Trash man.
We're trash people.
Yeah. I mean, if you want.
Leave the trash.
Going to hang out in the trash.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody. Go ahead.
Leon again goes just pure instinct, and this time scoops Amber up, but it's just the full on barbarian carry over his shoulder, and it's just like, we gotta go.
Yeah, you open your door, and the hallway, you're upstairs, the hallway up here is fine, but as soon as you kind of get towards the opening where there's the staircase down, all of the sprinklers are on, and it's a little smelly. But I will say, this house is up to code. You can get outside from your room. There is a escape route that you can and have taken in many of fire drills, because fire safety is important.
So we'll get out that way, and again, just over the shoulder and one handing down the ladder or whatever it is. And then we'll set her down and shoo her off towards the rest of the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And heads to regroup.
As you get back to the rest of the group, you guys kind of are trying to figure out what's going on, what's happening. And would anybody like to do anything in this moment?
Yeah. To use a hunter move.
Okay.
Yeah. Would this be read a bad situation?
Sure would.
Okay. So reading a bad situation.
It's not a good situation.
No, it is not.
Unless you're the trash man.
It's the trash man.
Come on, I just start throwing trash.
That's my finishing move. 12.
Hey, yo! On a 12, on a 10 plus, you hold 3. You can ask questions from the list.
Yeah.
Or you can ask any other question, I guess.
Yeah, so what is the question that I kind of want to ask is, does this seem just a general scan of the crowd, does there seem like there's a group of 4 dudes with one guy has a wrench out of a pocket that's excellent prank, bro. Did somebody cross the pipes when no one else was looking, or does this seem like no one here, either they're really good actors or they've everyone's gotten got by this thing?
Yes, you definitely see everybody that you can clock is really upset about what's happened. Okay. They are very miffed at the least, and angry at the most.
Okay. Sounds good. So I think Wyatt,
you still have 2 more that you can ask.
I'm gonna hold him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hold. And he'll just sort of he'll look at Becky and just, I don't think anyone smells like shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's not that pleasant.
No, I don't think it is.
Are you guys okay?
I need a shower.
Yes, definitely that.
God, this is a terrible prank. That destroyed a lot of stuff in the house, right?
Yeah, my room's gonna be
prank.
a mess.
Oh.
If it is a prank.
No, we're not supposed to be working tonight.
I mean, it's a college party and somebody fucked with the sprinklers. I'm sure the mathletes are just,
No,
pulling one on the football team or something.
not from what I was able to gather.
You have like frat rivalries, Leon? It's like Sigma Chi or something.
I mean, kind of, but any of the rivalry stuff has never gone to this. Because that would be, then it would just escalate from there, and it would be, no one would have a good time.
Yeah, no one wants to lose their chapter. So usually pranks don't escalate to the point of like property damage.
We should take a look.
At least the
Turn
kegs
off.
weren't hurt because they're outside. Fills up a couple cups.
Give me one of those.
One of the.
Do we know where the sprinklers run from?
I don't know if Leon does, but you could figure it out.
Yeah,
there is a hatch towards the basement. There's a all of this stuff. It's like one of those old farmhouses that has like the cellar, so you guys can get the
storm doors.
Yeah, you can see that it is unlocked to get down there.
All right, big strong, open the doors.
Like, not full on ripping them off, but like Leon is getting annoyed with this, and so more force than he intended.
Thank
yeah,
you.
they clank open. And you guys start to move inside down into the cellar.
Can I do the horror movie thing and take out a lighter?
I like
pretend
it.
like that's lighting the way.
It's very dark.
Okay, we'll do the lighter thing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very dark down there. It's almost horror movie-esque, where there's no like floor. It's all like carved out of the ground. There's a section that you're walking through, and then there's like shelves or like wooden planks, and you kind of have to maneuver your way around in there towards the back, where the water heaters and the sprinkler system and all that is gonna be.
Okay, if there's something in the water, maybe we should use the torch.
Pull out a flashlight.
Put the lighter away.
Okay.
No fun.
You guys move closer into the who's in front?
It was me.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, as soon as it got creepier, Opal probably put herself in like the front of
Mm-hmm.
her squishier friends.
Hold on to the back of Opal's like shirt or whatever.
Okay. You guys kind of make your way around another corner, and Opal, you feel yourself hit something. An invisible barrier that seems to be rounded and slightly above your height. And go ahead.
She's just like
It's squishy. And as you push into it, it moves. And you feel yourself being shoved to the side.
Opal?
I think at this point the sword probably appears.
And as it does, this invisible force suddenly becomes visible as you see before you a 6.5 foot tall, slightly round version of the small Alpies that you have seen. The hat that it is wearing is attached with a like bungee string, and it's sort of bent on the ceiling as it moves through. And this thing like looks at the sword, looks at you, and gives a good old roar. It's like if a person goes roar. But it's more intimidating because he's got the deeper vocal. It's not like an animal roar, so I'm gonna say. But I think that's a good spot for us to end this session. Well, 3 of you smelling like poo and a giant LP in front of you.
Just like God intended.
Just like God intended.
What a way to start a fight.
Oh my God.
Good thing we waited till
Prestidigitation,
Chloe had little to
prestidigitation.
no inhibition left.
Yeah. Hey, yo, it's gonna be great. All right. End of session stuff. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Nope.
So close.
Nope.
So close. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Depends on how you define worse than death. Smelling like poo. Leon did help Amber.
That's what I'm saying.
Leon
I think-
also got Amber out of the room with Chloe.
That's also true. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Big Alpies.
Yes.
Largo Alpi.
Yeah.
That and Abby is also a magic person.
That is.
Oh, we got some good
She's
info
some-
from Jane too, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yeah, Wyatt's a better temple now.
Yay! I have awakened.
He's awakened.
And I am tired.
Boy, I get that. All right. So if you get 1 or 2 yeses, each hunter gets 1 experience, but we got 3. So each hunter marks 2 experience, please.
I improve.
Me too.
Yay! Let's go.
I know what I'm taking.
Did Leon improve again?
No.
After
no,
this
I've still got
session?
2
Okay.
more to go.
Okay.
I started with no experience this time.
Didn't someone fail twice?
No, 2 people failed.
2 people.
Oh,
failed.
right.
And Val used a luck.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. All right. All right. Let's go around and do stars and wishes then. Who wants to start?
I'll start. Because I have a very specific moment that I really enjoyed, and it's when we asked Leon about the movie, and he knew himself enough to be like, "I'll tell you about it later." Because if I talk about it now, it's gonna be the only thing I talk about. And I just really appreciate people that can manage their hyper focuses like that. That's a thing Leon really knows about himself, and I just thought it was a nice character moment, and that was really fun. My wish is just I want to do cool fighting magic.
I've got mine. Or are we going in order? No,
We're already
No,
out
I
of
just
order.
Already out of
volunteered.
order.
Yeah,
That's right. Okay, I had to remember what order we go in this game. My star is going to go to Chloe for the forgiveness stones or the apology stones. I thought that was lovely. We've seen a lot of development from Chloe, and that was a beautiful little like coming to terms, friendship, especially after last week with being really upset with herself and stuff. So I liked that. My wish is, I mean, my whole hyper focus right now is going to be the football team, but I don't think that's going to be happening during this before we finish this up in our first little go around here. So more long-term wish if we come back for a season 2 is to really stick it to the football team.
Yeah.
Hopefully flip Leon into a double agent and do all that, because that sounds fun.
I can go. Mine are pretty simple. I enjoyed the tarot readings. Those are always fun when trying to do them in a game, because then you have to like filter them through the lens of, okay, how does this affect my character? And then wish is that Leon gets to have a reading done to him, and just I imagine his reactions to them would just be so himbo. And I want to see how that do.
I love that.
All right.
I can
right.
go. Oh, you go. Do it.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that my star for tonight's session has to be for Leon. of just trying to be like Wyatt doesn't consider him a friend, and I don't think that Leon necessarily considers Wyatt a friend, but there is a general sense of Leon where it's like, I would not doubt if later in life he became like a fireman or something like that. Like, he just has a genuine desire to help other people regardless of the situation that he's in. So, like, even though the rest of the party's just like, man, fuck Amber, Leon's still just like, oh, I'll help Amber. And like, oh, like Wyatt's injured. Oh, I'll help Wyatt. Like, it doesn't matter who is necessarily in danger. Leon is just trying to do his damnedest to help out, and I think that's I really enjoy seeing that week to week. My wish for this game, I don't know. I'm just enjoying it. I'm just having a really good time. It's hard to think of something to wish for when everything that you could think of is already playing out. So if anything, that's a second star disguised as a wish for LB, which is keep doing what you're doing. It's great, and I love it.
Thank you, brother.
My turn. My star is going to go to Wyatt/Indoor for handling our friend interrogation / embarrassment at dinner when we forced you to ask Becky on a date to a party you didn't even know was happening yet.
Nope.
And it was so funny, and so like perfectly Wyatt, and the and I'll be playing Becky in there too, and like it was just really cute, and I really liked it, and how everybody just kind of like leaned into like, so what are your intentions? And like, oh, we have to embarrass. I don't know. It was just cute. I loved it. And it was fun. And my wish is I want to do cool shit with my sword. So excited.
Yes.
I want to fight something with this awesome magical sword.
We
that
got
I have
there.
Not claimed.
I'm excited. You could have fought them the whole time, but y'all are pretty persuasive and don't want to hurt them if you don't have to. So this one, not backing down. Y'all gotta fight it. Yeah, my star is gonna go, I think, to Rachel this time for the no party, and then to everyone else for the party game inclusions that I had forgotten about because I was in marching band and didn't go to that many parties. But yeah, I remember like the stoplight parties where you had to dress in a certain color depending on if you were taken or
I was
single.
gonna do an ABC party, anything but clothes, but I didn't want to have to on the spot make everybody decide what their character would wear that wasn't clothes. I thought that would be mean. But if we're doing another party, be prepared. At some point, it will be an ABC party where you can't wear clothes. You have to make an outfit on things that are not clothing. That's my forewarning if we go to another college party.
And my wish is that I wish and I hope that this upcoming battle is not only interesting but intense and effective for you guys. That it's not going to be a simple battle. Hopefully. So that's it for us for this evening. The next time this channel is going to be live is on Thursday. We are going to be playing they're doing Themeless Thursdays as usual. On Friday, we are not doing Resident Evil because it's Lauren's birthday and she's going to be out doing stuff. And it's also Chris's birthday. But I might be doing something live on the channel. If anybody wants to play games, we can do that. Or I might just take the night. We could watch Friday Night Lights together. Except for most of you are in. Oh, no. GGK is not live on Fridays. Ayo!
Nope.
Just kidding. We could do something. We'll see. But keep on the tweeters for that, on the Discord. And if you haven't subscribed or if you're interested, the Patreon is live. We just posted our Lost Boys review, which was a lot of fun because I had never seen that before.
So good.
Yeah, so if you're interested in that, check it out. If not, it's totally okay. I'm gonna re-upload the video on Tuesday from the viewing of The Grudge. We are watching The Ring next, which I have everything figured out beforehand, so you're not gonna get it at the end of the month. It'll be at the beginning or the middle of the month, so sorry, you're welcome. But that's it for us for this evening. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thanks to all my players for playing my silly games and dealing with the stupid gray water prank. But yeah, join us next time, and I guess until then, I'm LB Hack 'em Up. This is Simon. Hack recklessly. Bye!